Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gaming Daddy channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Today, we're going to be looking at this new recalibration in terms of the recalibration station and in terms of the recalibration library. So we're going to sit down here. We're going to figure out how you can actually roll your stats and use them. So what I've decided to do is pick up one of my weapons and then go with its stats that you can recalibrate. So when you come to your calibration station, first thing you're going to see is it's going to tell you that you don't have any items to transfer. That's because your recalibration library is empty. So say you want to transfer a talent, and the way the new recalibration library works is you can transfer either a core attribute, or talent. And this will show you attributes that you can transfer. In terms of this, it's showing me that I have an extraction available. That's what it calls it, extraction. I can extract this talent, which is pretty much LMG damage. And this is what it's a core attribute on this particular LMG. It's only 8%. So why would I spend time extracting this when this actually has 8% damage to target out of cover, which is at the max in terms of this gear score. So this is 0 to level 30. This is my Washington, D.C. library. And I almost want to bet that this will apply to New York as well. Now, I also go to my other attributes, which is not a core, which is just, also one of the core attributes of this weapon, which has 8% damage to, targets out of cover. So I can extract this talent and then place this on another LMG. So that is in terms of extracting core attributes. In terms of attributes, you can also extract, other attributes that are not core attributes in terms of, your weapon. So in this case, this particular LMG, this same LMG also has an attribute that's 3.9% reload speed. I can extract this if I wanted to, but I'm not going to because it's actually not a max rolled item. Now, if you also go to talents, we also go back to this LMG, which also has the talent Sadist. I can also extract this talent as well. Now, the one thing that you also have to be very careful about is the old recalibration. The way things worked was whenever you took a talent and or an attribute and you transferred it, that item got destroyed. Now, in this case, I'm going to extract this LMG 8% damage to targets out of cover so that I can make this library have that max talent. Now it's extracted. I have the max talent, 8% damage to targets out of cover. Now this goes in my recalibration library, and then I can then come back and use it to recalibrate another LMG, if you understand what I mean. Now, if you look, I do not have that LMG anymore. That LMG is destroyed. But let's go craft an LMG because I have LMGs to craft in terms of my crafting station. And then we're going to go ahead and see if we can roll that same talent on there. Let me just craft another random LMG that we can use for this, purpose. So I'm going to take this item. It does have 8% damage to targets out of cover, so it does have the max roll. It does also have 7% critical hit damage, so I'm not even going to worry about, trying to recalibrate it because it does come with another max rolled item. It says my inventory is currently full. Let me clear this out for you guys real quick, which is weird. I thought I just recalibrated an item that got destroyed. How is my inventory full? I guess I will never know. 7% damage to targets out of cover. The Tsunami has. This weapon doesn't have any max roll, so this weapon, I guess, is going to be on the chopping block in terms of that. So let me delete this item real quick. Let's craft another Black Market RPK74 and see if we're going to be moving that talent on there. Okay, perfect. It's got 4% damage to targets out of cover. Now, we'll go back to my recalibration station, and my goal is to actually recalibrate this particular LMG and give it the maximum damage to targets out of cover talent. Now, if you notice, this one has 8% damage targets out of cover. When I try to recalibrate it, it doesn't have any replacements because that's actually, I don't have any LMG damage rolls in my library. Even for damage targets out of cover, I already have the max 8%. And then critical damage, I don't have any other rolls. So I have to move on to the other one that is lacking in damage to targets out of cover in terms of that, if you understand what I mean. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to transfer this talent onto this particular weapon, and then now the weapon is recalibrated and does have the full 8% damage to targets out of cover. This is actually pretty cool, and I confirm that change and I move on. if you understand what I mean. Now, that same 8% damage to targets out of cover is still available for me to be able to use. And then the next question that I'm sure a lot of us are probably going to be asking is, this particular LMG that we just recalibrated, can we recalibrate another talent on there? And I think the answer is no, this slot cannot be recalibrated in terms of that. So we've learned a few things. Before you recalibrate, you have to extract the talent and place in your library. The second thing is, once you have an item that you want to recalibrate, they will most likely recalibrate in that specific slot. So be it a core attribute slot, an attribute slot, or a talent slot. And then the final aspect too is, once recalibrated, only that slot can, once a slot has been recalibrated, only that slot can continue to be recalibrated. Other slots prohibit you from recalibrating them. So what I'm probably going to do here in my recalibration library is I'm going to go ahead and extract that 7% critical hit damage that's on LMGs, and I'm going to store that in my library as another talent that's there, or another attribute, I'm sorry, that's actually going to be in my library. So when I go to my recalibration library, LMGs, I'm looking at core attributes. In my library, I now have this, and I also have that. Oh, I recalibrated the wrong item. Sorry, I was supposed to recalibrate the 7% critical hit damage, but in oversight, I recalibrated the wrong talent. So I guess we learned another thing. Make sure you highlight what needs to be recalibrated. So this is how your recalibration is going to work in terms of attributes, in terms of core attributes. If you look here, I have some. In terms of armor regeneration, I don't have any max roll. Okay, 7.9% critical hit damage. That's max rolled for this particular Alps chest piece. And so I can extract this into my recalibration library and place it in there. If I wanted to extract the talent from it instead of the roll, I'll go into the talent section, and I can also extract talents as well from my gear and place them in the recalibration library. Let's go ahead and extract this new talent called Intimidate, and then we're going to go back and look at it and see how we can transfer it, just so that you can have somewhat of an idea of exactly how all of this stuff will work. So recalibration station, chest piece. Let's recalibrate. Let me see a chest piece that I don't really care for, that doesn't have a new talent on there. Let's say this Airaldi Holdings chest piece. And I want to recalibrate it, but it says no replacement found. Then I'm going to go straight to its talent, Mad Bomber. It does have Intimidate, so I'm going to transfer this Intimidate to Mad Bomber, and boom, that item is gone. The new item now has the Intimidate talent. So this is how your recalibration station and recalibration library works. So I hope this was kind of clear for you guys that may have some questions about it. This is it for me. Let me hear if you have questions in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.